name is Teo, and welcome to Storytime. Today's story is A Tale of Two Friends. Please enjoy. So part 1, Stormy Beginnings. On a cloudy, windy day, in the middle of nowhere, there stood a row of 5 windmills. At opposite ends of the windmills, a dog and a cat were walking, trying to find a nice place to lay down. They knew that the clouds would break soon, and they wanted a safe place to rest. The dog and cat went to their first windmills on their end. The dog looked at the first windmill. The blade was spinning fast, but everything on the outside was nice. That was good. She found a nice low window and looked inside. It was clean. Everything was looking excellent so far. However, there was something about it that she didn't like, and she didn't know why. She walked around the windmill and found an opening in the door. As she moved closer to the door, her feelings of uneasiness grew and grew. It wasn't until her nose touched the door flap and exposed her to the inside that the irritation was revealed. The windmill blades were spinning so fast that it was creating a high-pitched noise that made her feel dizzy. She whined and stumbled away from the windmill. She wasn't going to be staying there tonight. The cat had a different experience at her first windmill. Her first windmill looked nice enough too, and she too walked around the windmill, exploring a place to go in. The door to this place had no flaps, but she looked up and found a window slightly open. She jumped on the window ledge, showing her athleticism, and was greeted by a powdering of dust that was on the ledge. She coughed and tried not to let that bother her. It was only a little dust. She turned to open the window a little more. As she opened the window up a little, the curtains flapped and dust was pushed onto her face and up her nose. She coughed again. Again, no problems, she thought. As she lifted the window higher, more and more dust came out, causing her to cough and cough. She gave up. She left the window open and jumped off the window ledge. She would have to spend too much time grooming herself after. If she went inside, she justified to herself. And nobody has time for that. She shook the dust off her and made her way to the next windmill. The next windmill for the dog was completely unusable. She was greeted with wooden boxes. Big wooden boxes. She scratched at them. They were hollow. They were sturdy, and they were everywhere, blocking everything. She walked around the windmill. There was no way for her to get in. And there was no way for her to break the boxes to make shelter for herself. And since she couldn't do that, she moved on to the next one. The cat decided just to skip her next windmill. Not because she wanted to, because she had to. It was nice on the outside, like the first one. But there was something that she didn't want to deal with. As she walked towards the windmill, something caught her eye. Something with 8 legs. It was a spider. And while it was no bigger than her nose, it was a spider. And she didn't like spiders. She did not want to mess with that. The windmill could be clean and spotless inside, but it has a spider. And so she moved on to the next windmill too. As the cat and the dog was about to reach the middle windmill, the clouds burst, and rain poured down. This caused the 2 animals to run for the next windmill. They had no choice but to use this one. The dog looked around and found an opening. like the first windmill. She poked her head in. The place was nice and spacious, and it didn't have the irritating sound. She liked it, and it was clean. That was all she needed. She squeezed through the door. If it was her a few weeks ago, she could easily fit it through this door. But now, it was a little harder. But she managed. She walked around the place. Everything was well kept. She found a nice comfortable cushion on the chair. She couldn't jump onto it, so she pulled it down and laid on it to rest. The rain hitting the windows soothed her, and she soon found herself starting to get sleepy, until she heard a creak. Her ears pricked up and she stood up. She looked at the opening where she had entered and watched as a black and white cat strolled in. She immediately went to her attention. She barked at the cat. The cat replied with as much as hostility. Their anger was broken when both animals started feeling up with pain. They cried simultaneously. The anger left their bodies, and the dog slowly lowered herself back onto the cushion. The cat staggered through the pain and saw a pile of sheets in an open cupboard. She moved in and laid down. The storm outside grew bigger. The heavy rain covered the cries of both animals. In the dead of night, the storm started to die down until it was completely silent, except for the panting that filled the room. The cat and the dog laid in their spots, tired, soft whimpers coming from underneath them. They had both given birth to 3 beautiful little babies. The cat looked at her children and licked them softly. She paused. She called out to the dog. The dog replied. She didn't have any energy in her. The cat yawned and continued to clean her babies. Both the cat and the dog were tired. They wanted to go to sleep, but their babies were so young, and being first-time mothers, they were both scared. The cat called out again. The dog waved the offer in her head silently. The dog replied as she nuzzled her puppies. Sasha introduced herself. Luna replied. And that concludes part 1 of A Tale of Two Friends. Join me again for part 2. Until next time, goodbye.